Sha'Carri Richardson. Women are starting to come out. I actually seen women make a whole video talking about Sha'Carri Richardson should be canceled because of the recent footage that has been released with her. And this is what's happening at the airport between her and her boyfriend, and also the response that her boyfriend had when they asked him about it.
Now, look at your street. Down in the lower right corner, that is Sha'Carri Richardson and her boyfriend, Christian Coleman. And Sha'Carri Richardson, we can see she body slams Christian Coleman. Oh my God. She is strong as hell. But she body slams him into the concrete. Like, his shoulder must be hurting him. Anyways, Christian Coleman, he tries his best to walk away. We can see Sha'Carri pushes him again. And now they return into the camera field of view. Christian Coleman is trying his best to walk away. Respect for him to, keep in his hands and his anger, because things like these, remember, we're human beings and feelings can get to a point where we can't manage. But Christian Coleman, he tries his best to walk away. He kind of uses his shoulder to push her a bit. Sha'Carri Richardson, she's still pushing him. We can see their walk away out of the field of view. But that is the official footage, my people. It was recently released. As we know, she was in prison for a while, but she was released after. And, Christian Coleman, he did speak about it. Matter of fact, I'm going to play the clip right now.
Like, I don't feel as if, like, she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. But she had, like, things that she needed to work on for herself, of course. So do I, so do you, like, everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just, like, extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if, like, I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at, like, situations like this to just, like, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you can do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and the human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so that's kind of how I look at the situation.
So that is a general idea of what was going on with the whole situation. How do you guys feel about people saying that she should be held accountable more for her actions towards her boyfriend inside of the airport?
Given what he said, and he didn't want to be a victim, like, if there's no victim, then why does she need to be held accountable if he don't want to do nothing? Like, there has to be a complainant. So no, like, it was wrong, but I don't think anything should happen to him if he don't care. I don't think anything should happen.
His speech to me sound like he did something he wasn't supposed to do. She reacted, and he's trying to take up for her because he know he messed up. That's what it sounded like to me. But because if she body slammed in front of all those people at the airport.
Did you see that video? She didn't body that dude. Lie. She didn't body slam.
What's the body slam?
Okay, y'all, body slams are like this, but what they're saying is when you slam your body up against somebody.
Oh, the hockey check. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you can hurt somebody like that, especially if you. Yes, you can. If you push them off guard, people and push people off of. Never mind.
Good job, Mika.
We in a sensitive day and age.
I think that's probably like the sentiment of most men when their women act this. I think a lot of dudes get beat up.
No.
And they just take it. More men need to fight back. Is what her accountability should look like.
Now, if he did what he was supposed to do, he'd have got canceled. That's for sure.
Yes, exactly.
He'd have definitely got canceled. Because if he'd have shook her ass like he was supposed to, he'd be done so.
He should have.
If it was in private,
yeah, in private, bitch, what the fuck wrong with you? Like, but
no, in private, you just got been in trouble. But publicly, it was on camera.
He can't do that. He can't do that at no fucking airport. Hell no.
But she can't do what she did at the airport. That's why
it's a woman. We can't.
Didn't she get arrested?
Mika.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mika, we can't hold women accountable.
Didn't she get arrested?
Right.
We can't hold women accountable.
Airport.
But she got arrested.
I'm talking about the man that deals with the woman. I'm talking about the man that's dealing with the woman. We're not talking about authorities.
He could press charges.
Not federal. It's state. It's governed by the county. It's not federal until you get on the
I'm
county.
saying is,
I'm sorry.
a man that's dealing with the woman can't hold her accountable. He has to call the police, or he can shake her in public. Being who he is, that's not a good look. He did the right thing, walked away. Whatever happens to her, happens to her. She shouldn't have did that. Like, I don't care how many bitches he fucked on that team. Who cares?
Is that
what it was about?
Right? Is that
No.
I thought he took something from her, and that was her reaction.
I don't know
taking
what it's
whatever he took
about.
from
What
her.
I'm saying is, it doesn't matter what took place. She wasn't supposed to do that, but he did the right thing by not doing anything and just standing there. And his response was just like, "Hey, man, I like to give people grace," and you could tell he does because he definitely he tried his best to avoid her. But I do agree that he might have did something wrong though.
Yeah, we don't know what he did before that part.
Yeah, but so I thought about that, Molly.
Not there.
Like, I don't know what he did, but does that matter? Like, you shouldn't be putting your hands on people because I feel like
It could have been worse. Like, it could have been worse. They were probably embarrassed more than anything, but we acting like she just beat him upside his head with some chairs. She pushed a grown man. Like,
right, and
okay.
if that grown man had pushed,
She shouldn't have put her hands on him at all. Because
I'm not saying what she did was right, but at the same time, I think it's blown out of proportion. And he also interviewed saying he feels like it was blown out of proportion.
That's because he knows the community is going to call him gay if he does anything else.
Right. And how many women get their heads bashed in and then be like, oh, well, he's a great guy and he didn't mean it and it was my fault. I mean, you can't really take the victim's word for stuff like that. We saw what happened.
We saw that piece of what happened. We don't know.
And we only saw a piece of what happened to people.
And we don't know what they do behind closed doors. Maybe they put their hands on each other behind closed doors.
Everybody made a big point
that's
about
the case, keep behind the closed door. Don't bring
But my thing is,
we see you do it.
What is she gonna get canceled for? Because we saw P. Diddy beat up Cassie way worse, and nobody wants to cancel him like that.
But we don't know what she did.
We saying free Diddy.
But what did she do before she left the hotel?
Does it matter? Because according to everybody on the panel, it doesn't matter what happened before we saw the footage. So
I think that's a disingenuous. I've noticed you've done this multiple times that we play a clip and then you say we don't know what happened before. Like I don't really get it. It's not really a good argument. We don't know what happened before. I saw some dude get shot in the brain. I don't know what happened before. Like
we don't know what happened. If he took her phone, if he took her whatever they're alleging that he might have done.
So it might be okay. Like you can't say that.
What the fuck?
Go ahead.
Could she body bumped him? Y'all do nothing but vilify that girl. That girl never, ever, ever, like everything that be about her is always negative. One, most people don't even watch track and field like that. So most
who was just celebrating her? What you talking about, Molly?
Is probably
here's
celebrating
the thing.
her.
Here's where I stand on this.
What?
First things first.
Keep your hands to yourself.
The shit wasn't that deep. Like
it wasn't.
Honestly, from what I seen, it wasn't that deep. Like, if you ain't never had a chick do some shit like that to you before, then you ain't fucked her good enough.
You toxic. You're toxic.
No, listen.
You're not put.
It wasn't like hitting. The shit was like a bump. Like
no, she didn't do just one.
Okay,
so you bumped me a few times. I don't give a fuck. Yes, keep your hands to yourself. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is shit go down behind closed doors that be 10 times worse than that. That's number one. But number two, more importantly than that, I don't think that she should be canceled because I'm not going to say that they should take her ability to be able to run track and shit over a confrontation inside of the goddamn airport. No, I'm not going to say that you should cancel somebody because you got into a domestic violence situation in the same way that I didn't believe that they should have canceled Diddy at all. I stood for Diddy and I said, yo, that's a domestic violence situation. They need to handle that shit behind closed doors. And if that nigga is still saying that he still want to be with her, who am I to say that they should cancel her and cancel their ability to be able to make money? Again, I'm not saying that it's right, but I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't believe in it.
I wasn't talking about cancel.
I don't believe in removing somebody's ability to earn money and provide for themselves. I don't. I just, especially over no domestic violence situation. I don't believe in it. I didn't agree with what happened with Shannon Sharp. I didn't agree with what happened with Jay. I don't agree with what happened to Diddy. I don't agree with none of that shit. And I've been consistent across the board. I don't believe in cancel culture. The only person it's the same thing that we talk about these bitches, right? If a nigga put their hands on you and you still with her, nigga, that's a you problem. That's not a fucking culture problem. I don't give a fuck about what y'all got going on. We tell women to leave domestic violence situations all the time. If that bitch decide that she want to stay, that's on them. I don't got shit to say. She chose to be with that nigga. He still choose to be with her. So what the fuck do I care? Let that bitch run.
Right, but we're talking about what's right or wrong because this is the conversation. We're talking about that's all I was talking about. I wasn't talking about canceling her. I can care less what she does.
I'm referring to the question that's down at the bottom. It says, should Sha'Carri Richardson be canceled? That's what I'm speaking to. I'm not debating what y'all saying. I'm saying that I don't believe in cancel culture in general. I just don't. And if he chose to still be with her, that's a him problem at that point. If he wanted to fix it, then that nigga should have left. And it's the same thing that I say to women. Yo, leave that nigga if he putting his hands on you. No, but I love him. All right, well, then that sounds like a you problem at that point. I ain't got nothing to say to her at that point. I'm not trying to save no nigga from himself, and I ain't trying to save a chick from himself. That's my opinion on it.
I don't know. I kind of feel like if you're visible, you know that there are certain things that you can't do anymore. That being one of them. Like if they were just some random people off the street, people probably wouldn't have even blinked twice. But people know who you are. You have a certain responsibility to try to behave at least normally, and that's not normal. You have a responsibility, although you may not want it, to be a role model to people, and running around putting your hands on people is problematic.
I agree. And I think we need to change that as a culture.
But
I think we need to stop worshiping people and putting moral responsibility and trying to say that we should stop pedestalizing athletes and people and acting like they are our moral compass and stop worshiping them to the point to where we actually look at them at anything outside of what it is that they do professionally for a living. I think we need to stop looking to them for their political opinion, stop looking to them for their moral compass, stop following behind these punk ass celebrities. I don't listen to none of them. I think that they awesome at what they do. And I think that we need to learn how to separate what they do in their professional career from what it is that we keep trying to pedestalize them for as far as what they do in regular life. Because I think that they people just like everybody else. They just got to try to hide who they are better than everybody else.
But when you said should she be canceled, maybe not, right? But she's canceling herself, because if you're bold and brazen enough to do that, knowing that there's cameras all in a airport that's going to catch it, that people can have their opinion on what you did, that tells me you don't care about your own career and your own self or his career.
No, so I just think that women are retarded and they're emotional and they don't think straight when they start dealing with a nigga.
No, that's not women. That's just that stupid shit.
I don't. No, that's a woman thing.
No, women do dumb shit all the time.
Women do dumb shit all the time.
That's her. That's
typical. I saw a white chick cussing out because a white chick was cussing out her black boyfriend at the top of her lungs in the airport, and that junk was super viral.
To hit somebody, to put your hands on somebody,
girl, because it happens.
Ain't no man worth that. Ain't no man worth me going to jail. Ain't no man worth none of that.
But
nothing.
Like we gotta. When people be at the airport and they be flying, sometimes they be drunk, sometimes they be high off of stuff. Like we don't know. We be sitting here criticizing these people, and they are people. They put their pants on one leg at a time like everybody else. They take doo-doos and pees like everybody else. Like we be sitting here expecting so much
No,
from
I expect people
average
to have
Well, you
people.
call
decorum.
She
everybody
have a spotlight
gay.
No,
on
I
her because
expect
she's
people to
a
have
great
decorum.
athlete.
What?
I
But
expect people to have decorum
why are
in
we acting
public. And if
like
you can't
she
have
can't
decorum in public,
have
you get thrown in jail.
No,
Simple as
no,
that.
no. Wait a minute.
she went
Wait a
to jail,
minute.
but everything that girl do,
That was right.
everybody it's like always negative. Like
Well, if
What?
you do negative things, you should be expected to be called out for the
Man,
negative
we
done.
was just up here celebrating her because she
When
had
she took all
won
that
that
nonsense out of her hair, everybody said that
she
was
had won that
amazing.
she had won her last track
Everybody said that
meet.
was good. When you
Quinn
do
was the one that
good,
brought it up. Then you bring that
okay,
shit
so
up,
praise
Quinn.
her for being a great athlete and stop worrying about this one incident where she just mushed her, like pushed her
No, that's
dude.
what
Like, so
happens. We're in
what?
the
If
public
we could
eye.
say,
If you're in the public
if
eye,
y'all
she
could sit
wanted
here and
to.
say that y'all are substantially stronger than women, why are y'all tripping that she nudged him into the, so what? If
because
it's
Well,
that
clearly,
Dog,
so
Kim
do you
said it.
think
Kim
in
this
said
all
is
it
a first
too.
reality,
incident? You
Kim
really
said
think
it
this was
too,
a
and Mika
first
said it too.
incident
And they're
so
women.
in
with
all
that
So why y'all,
reality,
situation?
why you trying to put it on me?
in all
okay,
reality,
but
I
you know what
started talking
happens with
about
Y'all
what
that?
the
so
dude said.
perfect. I forgot.
No,
Everybody
but
up
you
here is
know
just
what
so
happens with that?
You know what's
perfect.
so
So
Y'all have
funny?
no relationship problems.
I
Y'all
don't I
have
don't know what
no,
No,
Marty
you
is
You
know,
know,
talking
you know,
about.
nothing.
you know
Like
why?
life never
never
happens
mind.
to y'all.
You
But
know
you know
what's
what
so
What's
happens
going
with
interesting
on?
that?
We
about
just so
y'all?
perfect.
You
No,
know
but
what's
you know
so
what
interesting
happens with
about
that?
y'all? You know
You know
why?
what
You know
happens?
why I don't? You know why I don't believe half the shit that motherfuckers are saying? Is because I think that they switch up depending on who it is that they like, right? And I'll give you a perfect example: the Aquila and the B chick. When she was claiming that her man was beating her ass and shit, motherfuckers still wasn't fucking with her and they was not supporting her. What's her name? What's the Aquila and the B chick?
Kiki Palmer.
Kiki Palmer. When people was rocking out, when Kiki Palmer was coming out talking about, oh, my man beat me up and all of this other type of stuff, nigga, they was like, yo, you a victim, you was with him, you trying to expose him now, you've been with him for the whole time. It's convenient for you to have this conversation now, all of this other type of shit. And so people was not fucking with Kiki Palmer and they was not on her team because they were using that as an example to illustrate a certain type of point, and people was not rocking with Kiki Palmer. So when you talk about this, right, and you talk about Sha'Carri Richardson, it's hypocritical because they use a situation and they say, oh, she mushed a nigga, cancel him. And so I just think that people pick and choose when they want to support an argument as far as domestic violence and when they don't want to support an argument when it comes to domestic violence, depending on whether or not they like the person or not.
Well, I didn't mention her. I talked about what he did. I thought he did a good job. So I didn't even talk about her, honestly. I said she shouldn't have did it, but whatever. I'm just saying, like, when we talking about things up here, it be a lot of inconsistencies. You know what I'm
It
saying?
sure
So
does. I
Everything that we
agree.
talk about is inconsistent. I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
situation by situation. That's why I was using that Kiki Palmer ish illustration in comparison to Sha'Carri Richardson, because it depends on if the person, it depends on if we like the person. Listen, we will never give Tia Mowry grace. We will never give Tia Mowry grace. It's
well,
just,
it's for a totally different reason though. She
what's
she
the reason?
publicly she publicly humiliated the dude. She was bragging about destroying her relationship.
Right.
She basically ran to the streets
Facts.
and then she wanted to run back.
Now,
So this is a totally
here's
different
the thing.
scenario.
No. But my point is that we will never give her grace ever.
Well,
Because
the grace went out the window.
we don't fuck with Tia. We don't fuck with Tia Mowry.
It has nothing to do with Tia Mowry. It has to do with the situation that she put herself in. Any woman that does that, people are gonna be like that. Well, you kind of like fucked up your whole relationship.
We don't know what happened to cause them to leave her.
But we do know she was celebrating her so-called freedom. We know she was celebrating that.
Slimmy. We don't know why they broke up. They never said this. I'm just being objective. They never said, and I think you're right, because I created videos and said, why the fuck is she celebrating and why is she being for the streets? I 100% agree with what you're saying. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is we never actually heard either one of them have a conversation about why they broke up and we never gave them grace as a result of that. Ever.
We definitely gave him grace because he was quiet.
Correct. But my point is that
if he would have been,
all right, so let me ask you a question.
If the roles would have been reversed, he would have been a dog.
If it came out that he cheated on her, will we still give her grace? Will we come back and say, you know what, Tia, we give you more, we give you grace?
Probably.
Will we go back in the box? Why wouldn't we?
Because she was the one celebrating the so-called freedom. Cheating is not a. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on. Let me go. Because even in your book, cheating is not a reason to separate to ruin your relationship or your marriage.
I didn't say that we justified the decision. I said give her grace.
There is no grace because you celebrated.
There is no grace if a woman gets.
You cannot get grace for celebrating departing from your husband. Nobody's ever gonna give grace for that.
Slimmy, we didn't say that we would forgive or any of that shit. I'm saying give grace. Like grace means I understand. That's all it is. That's what grace is.
How would you ever get grace for celebrating leaving your relationship? We always
leaving a relationship. I'm saying giving grace for the breakup in general. The celebration is a completely different issue. But from a person, what do you mean how? Celebrating is completely different than whether or not you left in the first place.